have to check myself. But it only comes from a place of, I know you the mother, but right now I need you to hear your daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need you to understand that and it's crazy, Randa, because a lot of the things that they say that they went through is crazy because we went through it as well. But because we got their learning and their teaching, our outcome was better than theirs. That's just what it is, because we were able to handle it a little bit better because we were taught by them. So now you're getting ready to repeat a cycle. Boop, I already passed that test. Let me tell you. All right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's just being real and having that communication with your mom. I know sometimes I can do better than that area, but sometimes I just get frustrated because I know that she can shut down in areas where it's not healthy. You know what I'm saying? So just being real, making sure that you stay in your word and pray, and keep it's important on who you keep around you. It's important on who you tell your intimate issues and things with. You need to have those 2 to 3. You don't need a whole lot. Get those 2 to 3. And for people that say, oh, you don't need nobody, just talk to God, that's a lie. You need somebody that is here on earth. Not, yes, you can pray, but you need that physical person to actually be able to vent to and know that they're going to be truthful and not put it out in the atmosphere where now you're going to be hurt by what they've put out there.
Right. How wise. What wisdom.
Real quick, Auntie, how did you deal with the role play now that, you know, Tyria is being the bulldog, as she said? How are you adjusting to that?
Let me tell you, Randa, I'm loving it. I'm going to be totally honest with you. I'm watching this woman arise that has a double portion and that can bless me. Even when Ty drives me to the doctor, the atmosphere in the car is so powerful with the dynamics. It does matter who take you to the doctor. It does matter it does matter. When I went through my 38 weeks of breast cancer radiation, that was 38 hard weeks, because again, Ty, I think I was shielding Ty, and I didn't let her participate a lot. Then she was working, and then the next time she had the baby. So this time around, the dynamics is like so precious. I keep saying to her, let's have a mothers and daughters every month. Let's have a mothers and daughters time, because I'm enjoying her adulthood. And you guys know I enjoyed her when she was a child. You remember, Ty was that little girl, you know, that always was praising God. But this woman my daughters take me to the doctor, and she's doing for me what I did for her. And it's amazing. I believe a bond is happening that is on another level now, you know.
And then when she went, also, I don't even know if she remembers, but when she was going through after she went back to North Carolina, when she went back, I was 3.5 months pregnant. My son's father and I weren't together, but you know, we did what we needed to do for our child. And I told him, listen, we got to pack up, and I drove to go get my mother when I was pregnant. So when it was time for her to come home, I, pregnant or not, we going to get my mother. And whatever getaway we got to plan, get them to pack her stuff and drive her in the midnight hour when the Negro, wherever he at, get her to me. And I think I met her in Delaware. And I brought her here. And she lived with me for the rest of my pregnancy, which was a blessing for me, because before I got pregnant, I already had borderline diabetes. And then when I got pregnant, I had the gestational diabetes, but I didn't want to be on medication. So y'all already know how Carol is with the healthy cooking and the juicing. I didn't have to take no medication. I was 221 before I got pregnant. After I had my son, I was 174. Wow. And it was literally because through my whole pregnancy, I didn't have to worry about dieting or anything like that. My meals and everything was taken care of. My first 3 months that my son was born, she was here. After those 3 months, I'm like, all right, Ma, I love you. But it's only one queen in the house. You got to go.
You got to go.
Are you putting me out? And I was like, you was here to help. Now it's time. And my whole thing was now at that point, it was like, all right, you helped me, but now I need you to live your life and get back to living life.
Right.
And I know that you are, not the best in health, but when you start to live, you will get well.
Yeah. Listen to
And
what
I
she's
said,
saying.
you gonna go with your sister? You gonna be all right with Weezy? But me and Zion, she was like, but I can't leave you and Zion. Don't worry about it, because when I go back to work, you're gonna be here every day, because she was his his child care provider. So she homeschooled my son since he was 3 months old. So she was here and she still was active. But when that whole situation happened and she stopped keeping the secret, I packed up the car and I went to go and get her. So that's the type of support that you have to be. A lot of times it's going to take you, daughters, to do things that your mother disagrees with. But I guarantee you, in the long run, she will be happy. Just like you're happy now by the lessons that she taught you. And you're like, oh, that's why she made me keep a house clean. And oh, that's why she made me do those things. You know what I'm saying? So those things, they are a blessing to you. But now you have to return that to them without them even understanding what you're doing. Because in the long run, they'll get it. So when she called me and she says, boo boo, I'm tired. And my legs hurt. Don't worry about it. Keep working. You'll be all right. Just take a rest. Don't overdo it. But you have to do it because you have to live life. And I think that's when her doctor asked her those questions. Her doctor was just like, what do you do for yourself? And the doctor looked at me. She was like, what do she do other than ministry? We working on that, doctor. We working on that. We working on that because it's important for them. It's important for our mothers to live. And if it takes us to push them in that way, then we have to do that. So that's advice to daughters. Push them.
That is, those pearls are so awesome. What an amazing thought. What I heard from Ty is that she actually developed your safety plan for you. Mm-hmm. She made the arrangement so that you could escape out of that domestic violence situation. It's like your daughter came to your rescue.
Yes, she did.
So again, she came to your rescue. She was your advocate to move you out of the domestic violence situation. Although you had made up your mind, but she made those plans, okay, to get you out of there from one state to another. Amazing. Yeah. Pregnant, okay, and then here you are in your continued battle with cancer. And she, again, the caretaker and the advocate. Why? Because you raised a strong daughter. She just said it. And although the roles are reversed in so many ways, and I hear both of them saying that we need to do more than ministry. Mm-hmm. We need some self-care.
Yes.
We need to live.
Hello.
Sometimes you can become so involved.
Get a boo.
Giving. Oh. Did you say get a boo?
Get a boo. Hello. And mint it. Okay. You ain't got to sin with the boo, but get a boo.
Hello. Hello.
Okay, there's an advertisement going out from the daughters. Their mothers need boos. Okay.
I said you ain't got to sin with them, get a boo.
Hello. Yes, but that's real information. Okay, yes. That is absolutely real, helpful information, and we are running out of time. But I want to.
We want some Play-Doh head on my iPad.
Yeah, say hi.
Grandmother. Look at the grandmothers. Look at the grandmothers. Look at them. Just.
He's been trying to get in the camera the whole time. Now he has opportunity. And
both of us have one daughter and one grandson.
Mush balls.
Right. You have we have the same family makeup. A daughter and a grandson. Wow.
And no boo.
And no boo.
We gonna start taking some drives. Grandma's gonna start taking some rides. That's all right. We gonna start driving. Hey man, this has been beautiful. This has been great.
Yeah, let me say that I before we close, we talked about a lot of emotional issues. And Carol, I feel your heart, I feel your spirit, and being able to disclose what we've gone through so that someone else can be helped can be very emotional.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just want to again remind those that are listening, because sometimes we think we are healed until you start talking about it.
Yes.
You kind of awaken those emotions,
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's almost certain things, it's like deja vu. You can smell a thing, you can
Yep.
and so if for those that are listening, if that should happen, remember Mothers and Daughters 799 at gmail.com. If you'd like to have a personal conversation with Carolyn Stokes, not Reverend Carolyn Stokes Lassiter, but Carolyn Lassiter. I'm messing up your name, Carolyn Stokes Lassiter. Carol, how could they contact you?
Well, my email is Carolyn, Carolyn, praise, prays, 4 YOU at gmail.com. And my telephone number, I'm going to put it out there, is my daughter said I can't put my phone number out there. So you're going to have to email or chat me on Messenger. You could come up on Messenger. You can get me on Messenger, and then we'll follow up from there. And we could go into some deeper rivers of healing that can be a blessing for you in the process that I've taken and that I'm continuing to take for healing. And because, we go through this so we can be a blessing to somebody else. So tap me up on my email or Messenger, and then we'll talk.
Donna said, tap her up. Absolutely. And we do have to be exercise wisdom in all that we do. And so again, those are ways to contact us. And the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, 800-799-7233. Use it.
It's your mammograms. They even do free mammograms. Make sure you have your mammograms done.
Yes, yes, yes. Last words from Tyria.
I just said, I'm going to say something to my mom, because as you all heard, that she is now going through her third battle of cancer, but it's all done for a purpose. And I think that's why I am in a place where I don't get too crazy, because I know that it's ordained by God. Even the bad, God is going to turn it around for our good, and it's not for us. So I'm with my mom going through this, because I'm going to have to tell another daughter, look, when your mother get here, this is what you have to do. So I just want to encourage her, because I know she's afraid, and that's normal. And it's okay to be that. I mean, I went through a small case of cervical cancer, and they told me I wouldn't be able to have children anymore. And I got Zion, you know what I'm saying? So those things take place for a reason, because now I have a girlfriend who might come to me and say, girl, I went through this and the cervical cancer, and now they telling me I can't have I have a son. I'm living proof that it can happen. And this is my mom's third battle, but 3 times for me, I think, is the charm, and we're going to knock it out again.
Yeah.
And she's just going to have another testimony and story to give. Yes. And it's just going to make the testimony even greater for those that, keep calm and fight on. So we're going to fight together. I just got a new job, and God has blessed me where I don't have to struggle financially. And it's just, I'm able to work, because it's funny, we're in COVID-19, but I have to work virtually, but that's just what I need, because when I need to get to the doctor's appointments, I'm able to do my class and leave. I don't have to worry about clocking in and out, you know, so everything is done in order.
Yeah.
So I just want to tell her to be encouraged. If there's anyone else that's going through it, prayer works. Absolutely. God can heal, but be wise.
Yes.
Go to the doctor. Listen to your doctors. If you're not comfortable with that doctor, find another one. But go to the doctors. Allow your family to be that support. As my mom said, you can't do it by yourself. If you do have a daughter, it's important for us to be with our moms at that time. And sometimes they might push and say they don't want us to be stressed out. No, this is what God has assigned me to do as your daughter. When I was young and I was sick, you took care of me. Stop it. So now I have to do the same for you. So that's my words to daughters. Be there for your mothers the best way that you know how. And if you don't know how to do it, talk to somebody and learn, because they need us. They need us. Be
Thank
encouraged
you,
to my
sweetie.
mother. You're gonna be fine. We're gonna knock it out the park, and yeah, we're gonna get through it.
Yes.
Amen. Thank you, Tia. I love you.
Iranda?
Yes, I don't have any last words. No, I do. To the mothers, allow us as daughters to take care of you. Allow us. That's it. Just allow us. You don't have to be tough all the time. But if we're there, allow us to help.
Yes.
That's it.
And to
Amen.
all of the survivors, maybe breast cancer or domestic violence, know that God can. He is more than able. Reach out. There are resources available. Again, mothers and daughters, 799@gmail.com. The National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, 800-799-7233. I want to thank all of those that are listening to Mothers and Daughters Candid Conversations. I want to especially thank Reverend Carolyn Lassiter and her daughter, Tyria, for being our first guest. And it's just been a good time. I pray that God will continue to heal you, and that this tonight will be the beginning of you sharing your story so that someone can hear it and be healed. Someone will hear it and be encouraged. That the cycle of domestic violence will begin to turn and be broken off of the lives of young women, off of families, because domestic violence can be generational.
Mhm.
And so we break that in the name
Jesus'
that I
name.
believe in, and that I know you believe in the name
Yes.
of Jesus. We
Amen.
break every cycle of domestic violence. And I want young women to understand that violence is never love. And so I thank you again.
Guess what I got?
The conversation that's dear to my heart. My mother did have cancer. She died with cancer. My father had cancer. Actually, the three sisters. And I want to congratulate my first cousin, Jessica Tamika Hella. She is a survivor. She is a breast cancer survivor.
Yes.
So we celebrate her on
Amen.
tonight. And there's just so many more. So many more. And so if you're listening, join us again next week. We will have another set of dynamic mothers and daughters. Reach out to us. And with that being said, good night.
Good night. Love you, boo.
Good night.
Love
Love
you.
you, Brianne.
Bye.